Hiya folks, it's Kikoskia here, and welcome back to Let's Play Betrayal at Krondor. And when last we left off, we worked our way back to Romney, but we did a lot of things along the way. We first managed to escape Sethanon through copious amounts of loading. We then popped over to Tanner's and bought a ton of practice loots to get everyone's barding up to 100. We have you at 100, you at 99? Why are you at 99? It seems I may not have learned as much as I first thought. And you claim that you were the ultimate master. Now, I just need to refresh my memory a bit, and then I'll be absolutely amazing again. It seems like that has deteriorated, but I'm sure we can get that back up with a couple of bard attempts as we move forward. I'm sure there'll be a tavern or two. Either way, we then went and played chess at Malik's Cross and got ourselves an emerald that we sold, and finally we popped back into where the fortune teller was, and we rejected the prediction that they made, and a Rizolki then burst out of their body and we killed the Rizolki. Turns out we dealt with a problem that had been ongoing. Either way, we are back here in Romney, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to use these. I'm just going to use them because they're just taking up inventory spaces, these things, and I should probably get to using these things. Otherwise, we're not ever going to be able to carry anything, are we? We are not. Right, let's move forward and finally head to new locales. Owen was whistling. Suddenly aware his travelling companion had grown irrepressibly cheerful over the last few miles, Gorath turned and favoured the squire with an inquisitive stare. Why the sudden lift in your spirits? Unless I'm mistaken, we're heading towards my uncle Corvallis's estates in Caval Keep, assuming we keep heading this way. We are going that direction, aren't we? Yes, we are. Owen talked as they travelled. Pointing out familiar geographical features, he related a good deal of history about the region's history, and some redundancy about the region's redundancy, as they attempted to ford a small river. Soon, they found themselves back upon a major road, and right next to an encounter. Let us get close to them and hopefully catch them by surprise. We did catch them by surprise! Hurrah! Charge! That wasn't quite what I was expecting, but you know what I am going to do? Skyfire! Because why potentially miss and use loads more stamina than we need to when we can just use 12 to deal 40 to someone holding something made of metal? There we go. We'll have you charge forward here, and kapow! Finish you off with some fire. And kapow! 74 and red pixels. That worked. You're going to move over there. Kapow! Slain. Is it? It's no longer active anymore. That's fine, but that was good. That was a good use of that, just to deal with this fight. Also, glad to be facing only 3 opponents. Okay, what do we have here? We have a crossbow. That's a good piece of loot to have. This is a great piece of loot to have. Not so much that. We can fix this up. I'm starting to think now that I might want to not pop back with absolutely everything we come across, because when we go from one area to another, items like this crossbow disappear. And we don't want the really expensive stuff to disappear while we run off to repair cheap stuff. So I don't want that. James's weapon craft, however, is improved. What do you have? You have a key. You have a Mordhel lamprey, which is honestly better for you to carry than the sword. But we're still going to have you repair this anyway. There we go. Hold on to that. We'll give you this armor to fix up for now. Whether I'm going to actually have you bring it with us is another question. Nothing else you really want to have there. There is a third body here, and you have not a lot that... Oh, I've already checked this body. There's a third body somewhere. You just have a bow. Ah, here it is. 1 restorative. Wow, we're rich. Poisoned rations. No thank you. Let's put this down here so I can pick up the rubbish armor and fix that up. No, not that one. Fix up this one. Bring that up to 99%. Drop the sword so that you can pick up this sword and fix that up. Drop that. Pick this up so that you can repair this. Drop that. Pick up this. And I think... Ooh, the armor... Is the armor going to be worth more than the crossbow? I'm actually going to say that the armor is not going to be worth more than the crossbow. So bring the crossbow and the sword with us, because everything else is not going to be here when we get back. James's weaponcraft went up again, though. He's getting pretty good at this. Do we want to save the whetstone? Probably want to save the whetstone. Especially considering the fact that we're going to be repairing a lot of stuff as we go on down this road. So let's take the whetstone with us and head back and do a bit of selling. Fortunately, Romney is just here. Just here. Okay, what do we get? That's 1. 19. 4. Yeah, absolutely. Don't take Actually, you know what? Use that instead, because it's better, and sell this for 21. That's a much better deal. Don't know why I passed this over to you to sell, but either way, 7 sovereigns. There we go, now we have 2 of these crossbows. Now let us, we could buy those really expensive bolts here, but I'm not really using the crossbows enough to make that worth it. Okay, let's make our way back. And the bodies are... yeah, they're gone. They don't survive us moving from one transition area to another. So, from now on, if we have to go back to sell stuff, grab everything we need and just forsake everything else. This hole's not big enough to put a man in, so it's safe to assume it isn't a grave. Might be a secret cache of food or supplies. It is 1 aventurine and a single lockpick that you're going to hold on to. Your thieving, not very impressive. Also, we should switch this over just in case we get into a fight. We're probably going to get into a fight. Your barding has stuck at 100. Yours has languished back to 99. So sad yours has languished back to 99. We find another practice loop, we're buying it for you. Big if, though. Okay, there's a bridge coming up. Alright, over we go. There was trouble ahead. Unable to pinpoint the source of his anxiety immediately, James motioned to a halt. Be wary. We may have wandered into a trap. Yep, there's a trap here. Alright. Just, you know what? It's a perfect opportunity to get your stamina good and recovered. Just gonna sit here. I wonder what we should be doing with this. I know what we're gonna be doing with this. It's called Skin of the Dragon. Pretty good at, dealing with what ails you. Go forward! Oh no! That did nothing, because it won't. Is that the trap? Let me get you back to 34. And... yep, that was the trap. Huh. I was sort of expecting a little more than that. Either way. Ooh, rogues. I can't click them. I can't click these ones. James grimaced. None of the cortege of men arrayed against them looked to be in a good mood. and even if they had no argument with them, it was entirely possible their presence on the road meant trouble lay further ahead. Not exactly wishing for an armed confrontation, James tried to make the best of a situation. "Can we be of some assistance to you fellows? You appear distressed." "Distressed? Oh aye, we are distressed in the extreme. There's that terrible mess down in Romney, and we lot are headed down to lend a hand to the River Pullers Guild. What of you? You siding with Mitchell and that bloody Glazers Guild?" If we say yes here, there's just going to be a fight, and you know what? We want to fight. "Mitchell Waylander is a snake, and Ian is just as unspeakable. The River Pullers were granted an exclusive trade agreement by the Crown itself, and both of them have called in their own men. Now their fighting brings other guilds in, guilds that undercut our business. How dare you side with them?" James smiled. Weapons in hand, two men stood face to face. Their stubble-blued faces flushed as they exchanged loud insults. "You may quit now, fellows. I've seen it before," James said. "I'll not be jumping in to save either of your necks, and consequently, I'll not be giving either of you my pouch." "Very well then, smart one man. We do this the hard way." "There's 4 of them." "I mean, sure. We'll fight you." Okay, that actually hit. Right, you're surrounded. Time for a bit of that skin of the dragon malark. 10 turns of invulnerability right there. As we cut you all down. Did warn you. You didn't want to listen, did you? No, well, whose fault's that? Now we go after the crossbowmen. And just start cleaving through their ranks as you work to regain those lost stamina points. Yep, that's 2 down. Ooh, nice block there. And another block. Maybe they're a little better than I thought they were. Maybe they are, James. Well, that's 3 down. And in a moment, that's 4. I mean, we probably should have told them that whole thing was sorted, but they weren't going to listen to us, were they? Right, what do you have? Armor, weapon, and another whetstone. All right. Money, armor, and a weapon. A key. Rations that aren't rubbish, so we're going to take them. More money. We should just have you fix up these swords, honestly. You know what? I'm actually going to say this, and you're going to grimace when I say this, but none of this is worth backtracking to sell. This is all just mundane, not very valuable loot. So we're just going to repair these swords up and the armor and move on. No reason to keep any of this. Oh, we apparently can't put that back, though. We will take this, though, just in case we end up needing it. And if there's an armorer's hammer on any of these people, I'll be very glad for it. Armorer's hammer that up to... Ooh. I can also fix this up while I'm thinking about it. We can put that back. And, oh, James's weapon craft went up. This is not surprising. Put this here. Pick up that. Actually, these are the things I've literally already fixed, aren't they? Yep, these are the things I've literally already fixed. So, don't know why I put them on that body. Either way, this is something you can fix, and this is something you can fix. Just get you up to 100 as soon as we can. You're hoarding all of these. There we go. You're 56% now. Still not 100 there. A shame, but what can you do? So what we can do, we can pick up this armor here, and we can repair this as well. Up to 99. There's another body here. I can't see it from this angle. Is it this one? Yep, oh, it's this one. Right. Some royals. A sword to fix. Okay, you can't do anything with that. Okay, sword to fix. That might be sell-worthy. This is definitely sell-worthy. That is sell-worthy. In fact, it's so sell-worthy that we're going to swap that round. And there's a piece of armour here, which we will hammer up. And that's that. And you're at 57%. I'll tell you what, getting those initial points of increase really easy. Really, really easy. And if we're going to be heading back, we might as well grab what we can that is reasonable. So you can't grab any armor because you're holding onto the sword. You can't hold onto that. Honestly, we just grab a sword and be done with it. So somewhere here there's a sword. Okay, someone here has a sword. Where is it? Sword's here, right. We want to head south, back over the bridge, back over to here. Quickly whiz back over to here and sell a few more things. I mean, we're not earning as much money as we were before, but we're still earning money. And the rations that we got make this all worth it. So 2 sovereigns, 8 sovereigns, 4 sovereigns, 46 sovereigns. Also, if we wanted to, we could buy some elven quarrels. We're never actually going to use the bow, are we? Probably not. No point me doing that. No point. Tell you what there is a point of me doing. Resting a bit, because we did take a little bit of damage. It's a bit dark, but it's going to brighten up. And we are back on the road to progress. Also, pass 1 ration over to you. And 1 ration over to you. We can always drop some whetstones if we need them. And trust me, we may end up having to drop some whetstones as time goes on. But I'd rather drop whetstones than not have any. So, we head north. There are no more bandits here because we killed them all. Right. Let us look around and see if there's any treasure for us. Doesn't look like it. Looks like this was just a, hey, there are some bandits, you can avoid this fight, but you probably don't want to. Ooh. Here is a settlement by the looks of it. Is this an opportunity to bard? James pushed the door open. No one's lived here for some time. Okay. A smiling man answered the door. Come in, he said with a large grin. Have I got something to show you? Curious, James followed the man into the house. He led them to a table upon which there was a bulky object of some kind covered with a cloth. With great flourish, the man pulled away the cloth, revealing a strange metal machine with a funnel at the top and a wooden crank on one side. What is it? Asked Gorath. It's a gem converter. Currently, it will only convert rubies into emeralds, but I'm working on a formula to convert rubies into diamonds. Say, perhaps you could help me test it. Would you like to give it a try? Sure. James handed the man a ruby. This will do nicely, said the man, holding the ruby up to examine it. He dropped it into the funnel-shaped object at the top of the machine and began to crank. After several revolution turns, no, never mind, the machine made a strange clanking sound. A small diamond dropped into the table. The man picked it up. Wonderful, it works! Say, as long as you're here, would you like me to convert any more of your rubies? No thanks. What a shame, began the man. That you can't take advantage of my wonderful offer, I mean, he continued quickly. He led them back to the door and waved goodbye as they left. We have a diamond. It's not a very good diamond, but it is a diamond, James grinned. While there were many Keshian thieves who would slit them from throat to belly to gain the brilliant full-cut diamond, he expected there were just as many ladies of the court who would attempt much the same, though using weapons of a more persuasive kind. We have a diamond! Don't know if we need one, but we've got one. This is... A balding man with an intense gaze answered James Knox. Are you looking to stay in Prankstone for a while? He wondered. Do I have a house for you? Only 30 sovereigns a month. Sorry, we're just passing through. "What can you tell us of the people who live in your houses?" James asked. "Got a guy who claims he's an actor living in one, and my other place is about to become unoccupied. That no-good dragon lover has cheated me out of my money for the last time. Good day." The subject obviously angered him, because he put an end to the conversation by slamming the door. "Yep, I'm not going to be doing anything else there. Ooh, there's a store here. What do we have here? This looked like it used to be an inn of some kind, but it would appear the place was abandoned some time ago. No barding for us, no! Ah! Never mind, barding. Excellent, right. You need that increase, so let's put that there. None of you need it, but you know what? Just because we can, we're going to put this here. Can we write the loss of barding XP and give James that final push required to make it to... Do we have enough space? No! Have to delete one. Definitely have to delete one. Can we get that final push needed to get to 100 again? We should explore this place before we keep going. We really should. There we go. Pop in. This is the Flying Sow. Let's click here. Owen played. His fingers slid easily over the lute's fingerboard as he moved between chords of This Kingdom Mine, the notes filling him up as well as guiding him forward. Quietly, he began to sing the refrain. This kingdom mine, with my blood I've paid, to guard against all who oppose her, now with tambourine and tin whistle. That was beautiful. 94 sovereigns. Nothing new here. The man was in a talkative mood. Taking drinks from an overly large cup of ale between talks about his mercenaries, he wandered eventually into a discourse about how much he hated the followers of the god Kahuli. "Why do you dislike them so much?" James asked. Raising a single eyebrow at that, the man shook his head. "Those damn Kahuli priests in a temple up at Kenting Rush aren't natural, I tell you. What pleasures a man's got. They want him to give up, all tied up in those damnable codes of piety. What in Tith's name does the mortification of the flesh mean anyway, but some sorry sod's got to starve himself down to tooth and bone and give up wenching and drinking? Not natural at all, if you ask me." "We talk to you too?" The woman stared at James. Unnerved by the intensity of the woman's gaze, he sought someone else in the tavern to speak to, but when he turned again, he found she was still looking at him. Her thin hands gripped tightly around a cloth-wrapped bundle in her lap. "Do I know you, miss?" James asked. "You seem troubled." "This was to be given to you," she said, her voice breaking as she handed over the package. "I was instructed to bring it to you here." "Instructed?" James unwrapped the bundle and discovered that a single torch was within. Baffled by the strange present, he peered hard at her, but she had pointed her gaze at the floorboards beneath her feet. Lifting her chin delicately, he saw that someone had struck her across the face. "Who did this to you, and why?" "I do not know," she replied, her face small in the clatter of pans and pots which came from the kitchen. "All I know is that I was to bring this to the tavern and give it over to the one who looked as you do." "A torch? That's unusual. Also, you did not gain a point of barding there. We just got, not just one torch, we got 4 torches. I mean, we have tons of torches, so I don't know why we want that, but either way, no one's lived here for some time. Alright, what's in the store? Roots and herbs. Well, here's a place to buy all your thingamies that you need. I bet you won't take weapons and armor, though. Will you take torches? No! We don't need to haggle for any of this either. Sarig's Bane, NAFTA... We can buy all this stuff. Okay, so that's good. If we want any of this, we can buy it. Does it mean I sell this? No, probably not. We can sell it if we want to, though. That is important. And so, when we come back, folks, we will have a continued look around here. So that's a tavern. That is... Oh! I've not clicked this one. Gorath was about to knock on the door when he heard the shrill voice of a woman calling for help. "No one can help you now! Ha ha ha!" boomed a raucous voice. "The goddess of death will..." Before another word could be uttered, Gorath took several steps in and charged at the door. hitting it with his shoulder. The door gave way to a splintering crack. The force of the impact caused him to lose his balance, but he quickly regained it, drawing his sword as he quickly surveyed the room. He found himself eye to eye with a half-dressed man wearing a wig. There was no one else in the room. "What did you do with her?" Gorath demanded. The man sputtered a reply, still trying to catch his breath. Who? What did I do with whom?" "The woman. I heard a woman yelling for help." "What did you do with her?" Gorath repeated, more with bewilderment than anger this time. "I haven't done anything with anyone. I'm an actor. I was just preparing for a play will be performing tonight at the Flying Sow." Gorath swallowed hard. "A play? We thought... I thought... sorry about the door. I'll give you 25 sovereigns, or whatever we have left. That should cover it." The man was still shaking his head when they left. "Well, we found the actor. And so, when we come back, folks, we're here. Wherever here is, we haven't seen a sign for what this location is, but I'm sure it's important. And when we come back, we will follow this little path and see what lies at the end. And so, I'll catch you next time, folks, and I'll see you then. Later.